Alright, welcome to South Dakota. We're going to be doing some more turkey hunting on the turkey tour here. But first we've got to get our hunting license. South Dakota, you can't just print it off at home, and at least this year you have to go and get it printed at one of these fancy government offices. That's where we are. So I'm going to go and do that and then head out and hunt some more Merriam's turkeys. Probably brook trout, it would appear. This albino pork. It's totally what we saw on the road the other day over in Wyoming, in case you watched that episode. Big horn. Ah! That's funny. Talking at him. Scoopy big horns. Oh, you hear that? Here, push me in park. Put that stick all the way up to park. Okay, now turn the keys off so you can hear it on the camera better. Silly dudes are gonna go sleep. Ridiculous. They're still sitting there. Wow, look at that. I don't know if you can see Lydia over there, but that's the kind of turkey hunting buddy you want. She's running to the top of the hill over there, calling across some public land here. We're very, very remote. So I think we can try and just get a gobble of these Merriam's turkeys. They're really vocal. They call a lot, so usually it's not too hard to get them to gobble. It's just a question of whether you can hear it. Oh, look, they're right there. They're there. They're still up there yakking.
They're still gobbling.
It's crazy things. I told you, buddy.
Listen,
It's a good valley. So Lydia and I we were calling over right here, like literally right here, about a half an hour ago. Went up the hill, went around the corner, had a little pull-off spot, a real nice scenery, ate some lunch. Came back, excuse me, came back to try a totally different spot. And there's two jakes right there, and there's a hen on the other side of the road. And I think we called those jakes in. They didn't gobble to the call, and that's been a kind of a theme with these Merriams, is they haven't been gobbling much to our calling. But then like a few minutes later, they kind of get fired up and start calling. So anyways, hopefully you could hear that. I did a little crow call, a little shot gobble out of those ones. Not looking for jakes, but it's cool to see them. And that just tells us they're in this area, which is even more important for us for coming back later to roost these things. D. Awesome.
We are hunting South Dakota. There's still some snow, but it's 60 degrees. It's gonna get cold later tonight. It was actually freezing last night. It was in the 30s. I woke up too cold. I had to start the car and just wake up early. But we're hunting, we're here, it's warm now. We just saw those jakes 40 minutes that way, but we're gonna try this spot and give those jakes a little break. And they're just jakes. I really want to get a nice mature tom out here. So this is our first actual hunt spot. And we've been calling from a lot of hilltops, but we haven't really hunted yet, so I'm excited about this. Let's see what happens. So we were working this edge like I was saying we were gonna do. And a bunch of pheasants ran down here and started burp, 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 burp. And then 3 hens ran out across this opening and flew across the little stream or river down here. And then a gobbler came out also. And I don't think he saw us. We kind of sat still. He eventually flew across also, but the hens are over here. He's over there. We have this wide open stretch between us, which makes it really challenging, but we're gonna try and figure something out, or else we'll just sit here for quite a while until he gobbles or until something happens. Well, I'm gonna get these cactus pricks out of my knee from kneeling down. Okay. 3rd or 4th spot we've checked here in South Dakota. It didn't take long. We talked to a couple landowners on the edges of these public lands. They helped us out, at least eliminating ground. They didn't really help us find the turkeys, but eliminating huge chunks of ground is good too. Boom, let's go figure something out. Just zoom in and you'll see him with the camera. That's definitely, he's got a red hat. See him? You see him with your eye. Crazy with that, but call him all the way from that side. It's pretty far. I think he wants to go to the left, just like that hen. We must have a roost over there somewhere. See how fast he's going flat. Boy, they have trouble with those fences, the gobblers do. Yeah, so we got a hen over here. We got a hen over there. One over there. So we've identified 3 hens.
We got 2 hens with babies. Oh, he's coming.
He's coming. You're right.
Even just without the fence, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Right now I just want to focus on this bugger.
It's like, oh no, please let us look.
I'll double check because I can make a little click now. If he stops, I'll give him a little pop, a little click. Looking over that way. Oh, I see going that way. Come on, buddy. Look at him. 22. Oh, no, that wreck calls meat and stuff. That wreck is meat.
I know, but I'm just saying that you
Oh, she could. Yeah, you can easily hit him from here, but it's coyote. Alright, he's thinking about flying, but here he's looking down. Make sure you're recording. Looking, buddy. How awesome is that? It's unbelievable. Just the fact that he's coming directly to us from over there is amazing. It's a good thing it's so calm. I'm gonna start getting my gun slowly. Creeping in. You won't see it because of the wind. Just enough breeze, I think I can get away. We're gonna need this.
Yeah. Do you have TSS in it?
Definitely.
In it? Is it
Yeah.
loaded?
Yes, it is.
I was like, oh no, please let us.
easy hunt tomorrow, Al. Even if he's quiet like this, which is annoying. He'll start ripping gobbles once he's up in that tree, I'm telling you. Okay, well, so we see the gobbler feeding. It looks like we're gonna have a pretty good read on where he hasn't gobbled at all this evening, but I think once he gets up in that tree, we'll start hearing him too. So we're gonna wait until we get a perfect read on him. Either see him up in the tree or hear him. And then we can slip out behind us. We got a lot of thick stuff. So we're keeping an eye on him. It's gonna be a fun morning. Good morning. It is 4:50 and we are ready to roll, but we're waiting in the car because there's a pretty nasty rainstorm and it was pounding last night. And about 4:30 this morning it stopped and we were getting our camo on here and they're gobbling down there, which is hilarious. But then it looks like, according to the weather forecast, which we can barely see because we barely have signal, there's another burst coming through here. And then it gets good. It gets clear for like 3 hours and then it starts raining again all the rest of the day. So hopefully we have like a 3-hour window where we smoke one here. Really good chance. We got a whole bunch of toms down in here. At least 4, I would say. And they're spread out in that direction. So I would have thought this direction was also good, but after listening last night, yesterday evening, they're all down that way. Even better. Sounds like we got some lonely ones down there. How you feeling, D?
Good.
Tell me. Flew down into a field across the river with a hen. We didn't think he was end up, but he's end up. But there's a tom over here, there's a tom way over there. We're gonna try and get eyes on something here. It's open country, so we should be able to see him. Make a play after we see him. Edge of a ridge. And I hope we didn't scare him. I don't think we did. Just kind of walking around glassing. So we're gonna go down in here and then cut over directly to him here. Try and get it, get a little closer. They're really end up this morning. There's a lot of toms around, but they're all end up. They're gonna pop with their heads over and I can shoot them right
Did we get it? Did we get it?
Missed him, buddy. Wow. He's only like 10 yards away. Probably had... My pattern was probably super tight on my shotgun. I blew the shot. Gosh darn it, there was a lot of them, wasn't there? So what happened was we were being real sneaky and quiet. And we came out over here. And all of a sudden we see a tom strutting and a hen. So we snuck back into the trees. We circled down here, came out here. We heard one yelping over there. But we're like, where is that sucker? It should have been like right here. Sure enough, a hen pops up. And then there comes the tom, and all I could see is his head. Just like Nebraska, when I only had a little bit of head to shoot at.
I think that's
Big old red.
Is that him?
Here, I'll use the binos. Yep. Yeah, I might have hit him. I'll just watch him for a minute. Just hold still. That's the one I shot at. Maybe he just ditched down in there.
Yeah, I can see him on the camera. I can see him on the camera.
He's definitely injured.
Yeah.
This is good. I think you're right. I think I might get him.
Should I come down with you?
Probably not. You can film from up here with the big cam. Alright. Well, good news, I actually hit him. Because he flew down into that river bottom. He's just kind of standing there. The other ones walked right by him. And he just totally ignored them. So I think I hit him a little bit. Hard to say for sure what's going on though. I gotta go finish this one. He's over there. South Dakota, baby. Good hunt. I don't want to drop my call. Wow. That was not easy. Holy cow. I thought I whiffed on him. He just flew down that slope. We got him. Holy cow. It's a nice tom too. Woo! Oh. Come on down, buddy. We got him. There's D right over there. Holy cow. Wow, this country is tough hunting. We roosted like 4 toms last night, 4 or 5. I mean, they were all over in this area. There's some way down there, so it's hard to put a number on exactly. And we sat by the one we thought for sure we had, because we thought he was not with a hen. Turns out he flies right down to the field he's on. He's on the wrong side of the river. There's a hen there immediately. We're like, what's going on? And then we sat there for like 15 minutes, like, well, this is pointless. He was staying down in that river bottom with that hen strutting. So we got back up, just started glassing, worked down some tree lines. Boom. I see the tail fan of a strutter. I see a hen popping her head up. Oh, did we scare him? I don't know. Let's crouch down. And we didn't scare him. They kept casually feeding. We backed out of there. We went back down the tree line as close as we could. And when we got there, we were like, where are these things? We're looking around, but there's a real steep ridge right next to us. Yeah, buddy. I had hit him that first shot. I must have hit him pretty good. He was all kinds of injured. But I wanted to make sure I was stalking him really carefully. Buddy, big old Tom, big beard, big spurs on this one. Miriam's don't usually have big spurs, but this guy has some big ones. Let me get my gun out of the way. Look at this. D. That is the one we were stalking. And you filmed from up above. I filmed as I was walking. Beauty, isn't he? Right before the big rainstorm. Look at this big old wet beard he's got. Big old wet beard, buddy. And look at these big old spurs. Hooks on this one. Hooks. Look at this.
Super nice shoes.
Super nice. Big old strutter. I like how these Miriams have this green on this side. It's cool. Huge beard. Huge beard. Look at these big old hooks, buddy. D. Boom. Yeah, we were waiting for them, right? We knew they were right there, unless we scared them. And we waited and we waited, and we heard a hen yelping down here. We thought, shoot, we probably made a mistake. They probably saw us. And then all of a sudden I saw a hen head pop up, just walking along the grass line. And then here comes another one, another hen. And then all of a sudden this red head pops up, a little bit of beard, comes back down and get my gun ready. Boom! And then like 8 of them fly out of there. And we're like, whoa, I didn't know there were so many. And I totally missed them because I ran up to the edge and looked down and there was nothing to be seen. So we went back up, we're like, bummer, let's watch these other turkeys. They were working down in this bottom. And then we see this guy standing down here, just all ruffled up. We're like, hey, that's a gob, that's got a big beard. He's injured, I hit him. And they walked right by this guy out into that field.
They were like,
yeah, they walked right by and he totally ignored him. So I'm like, oh, that's an injured turkey, we gotta go get him. So I snuck way around this big hill, way down the backside, way up this creek, right through there. I kept the trees behind. I kept me between him between the tree, and then I just popped out and boom, finished it. Good hunt, buddy. That was a tough day. We didn't get a ton of sleep last night because she was pouring rain.
oh, I got like a lot of sleep, but we got to bed at like,
Look at this. Got to bed pretty late for us.
11
o'clock bedtime. 4:30 wake up. Snoozed once or twice, couldn't help it. But it was still raining. We got it done. What else to say? I mean, what else is there? We
We hunted hard in South Dakota. We only hunted last evening and this morning and we got it done, but we actually have 2 tags here, but I don't know if we're gonna need to fill the other one necessarily, but we might come back later to fill it at some point because this isn't that far from where my brother-in-law lives. But for now, let's celebrate this one. Oh, what a relief. There's a rainstorm coming at 9. It's gonna be pouring pretty soon, 2 hours. And it's supposed to be whipping wind later and stuff. It's just gonna be miserable conditions. I'm glad we're able to get out of here with the Tom. Thanks for watching. Now we're gonna go over to Minnesota, do some more turkey hunting, and then of course it's fishing season and stuff. So a lot to look forward to. Whew, but I'm relieved on this one. We had a very small crunch window and we got it done. Awesome, buddy. It's hard to show perspective on a camera, but it's a good thing we're hunting here in these big hills towards the end of the season when we're in pretty good shape. Or should I say mid-season? Wow. You know, I do have 2 tags for this area, and I might have to come back and use them. Just not on a rainy, windy day. Let's plan on doing that. Maybe I'll bring a couple other kids this time, because it's close enough to home for littler kids. Whew. So much for being in shape, huh? $16.6. 3/4. Yeah. Look at that, buddy. 9.5. Right out there. I should get some sleep down.
Okay.
46.